Hello, this is Duncan Folley, and this is the first presentation on the Lean and Agile Engineering module. Um, so, what I wanted to do first is introduce myself and then introduce the assessment process. So, my name, as I said, is Duncan Folley. My background after leaving school was to become a skilled miller turner. So I was using a milling machine and a lathe, working at Lucas Aerospace. So I used to make things like RB211 engine parts and Harpoon missiles until I got bored of that. I went to university, got a mechanical engineering degree, carried on and become did a, actually says MSc, but it was more of an MRes, robotics, and then started teaching, lecturer, then senior lecturer, then principal lecturer. And at that point, I decided I'd do another master's in blended and online learning. Just as the pandemic hit, I decided to change from being a principal lecturer to wandering around in the fields and looking at the sky and taking time out. I've now come back as a part-time academic, so the best way you can contact me is by using my email account. I'm very good at responding to emails. Please use this email. It's d.folley, and remember it's got two L's in there, leesbeckett.ac.uk. When you email me, please tell me who you are, what module you're talking about, what course you're on, and what level you're on. So rather than just telling me you've got a problem with the assignment, can I help? I'm involved in one or two modules, so just give me a heads up, so I don't have to just keep replying to you and say, give me more information. I am a part-timer, so I'm only I'm not full-time, so I'll respond as quickly as I can. But hopefully that most of your issues will be able to solve within class. So, and today's class or subject or presentation, whatever you want to say, is just an introduction and a very brief discussion on the assignment that you're all going to be carrying out. This is just the breakdown of the marks and stuff. So assignment 1 is a report, and the due dates and everything are on my Beckett. Please check those due dates out. We're very strict on submission dates, and you will be submitting through Turnitin. So be very aware of things like similarity score and AI score. We will discuss this in class, but if you're unsure, please ask. The report is 80%, and what it doesn't say there is assignment 2, which is a group oral presentation, is 20%. Assignment 1 gets you to look at a case study where you've hopefully got contacts at a company, or you can get into a company. You can look at where lean and agile techniques either have been used. If they've been used, how did they implement these techniques, and what were the problems, challenges, advantages and stuff. Alternatively, you could look at a company who doesn't use lean and agile techniques, and you could critically analyze their process and explain why you believe certain lean and agile techniques would benefit them, and list the ones you think would and why and stuff. You can write this in the first hand. It is a 5,000 word report, and the basic structure is abstract contents page, literature view, no more than 1,500 words. The literature view, and we'll talk a little bit more about this on the coming slides, you can and are actively encouraged to use ChatGPT or equivalent AI generated software. However, that is the only section that you can use that. Do not use AI in any of the other sections. turn it in, will pick it up. And I only want it to pick it up in that literature review, nowhere else. So you'll have a contents page, that literature review, and then the conclusion of that literature review will be your critical analysis of that literature review. So you need to put the prompts into ChatGPT or Bard or whichever one you want, and then you've got to critically analyze the findings of that. You should also, it is your responsibility to check that that literature review is correct. Don't presume it is. You need to read it, you need to check it, and you need to put evidence in there, references in, and make sure that they're appropriate. Don't believe everything AI generated software again clearly states later on that it's your responsibility to check that the AI generated part of this assignment is correct. If you don't, it will seriously affect your mark. The next section is your case study. This is where you're going to the company and you need to start looking at a company today. Yeah, you need to find that company, get access into that company. Do not start going in asking questions and stuff until you've received ethical approval, and we'll be discussing that very shortly. But you need that contact, you need that company really very, very quickly. And finally, there's the conclusions and references. So for that literature review, the first line, and I've given you on my Beckett a Word document, a Word template on how to complete this assignment. And part of it is the literature review. And the start of the literature review, I want you to put that statement in there, which says the following chapter, excluding the conclusion, was written with the help of an AI generated brackets ChatGPT or whatever you've used. The following prompts were used. I want you to clearly state the prompts. Now ChatGPT allows you to generate an URL that if I click on that URL, it will go to the original prompt and what it's generated. So you need to clearly state the prompt or prompts that you used and put the URLs in so I can at a later date go and see what it's generated. And it also says I take full responsibility for error checking the material. Yep. And 15% of this part of this assignment that's related to the assignment being marked out of 100. It is we always mark assignments 1 and 2 out of 100, and then we break it down to 80-20. 15% of that assignment is on the conclusion. The only really the mark you're getting for that section is in the conclusion. You can lose marks if there is clear errors in that ChatGPT generated work. Assignment 2 is a group presentation where students will be asked to get themselves into groups of 5. We don't want smaller than 5, so the sooner you start making those contacts and stuff. And each group member we've tasked to investigate a real life practical problem currently faced in manufacturing. You will be given this, you need to discuss it with your the academic regarding this, and it's a core skill to be problem solving. So you will do a 20% presentation with the 5 of you with 5 minutes 20 minutes presentation with 5 minutes for questions. What will you learn in this module? To critically evaluate the theory and practice of lean production, development and manufacturing in line with enabling increased agility and enhanced organizational learning. You will also learn critical evaluating the underlying principles of lean and agile. So we will be talking in class about some of these topics, not all of them. There's a lot of material out there. There's a lot of material available on my Beckett to get you interested, from Six Sigma to Scrum, Kaizen, Muda, 5S, CAD/CAM, Design for Manufacturing and Assembly. There's lots and lots of learning material out there available for you on my Beckett. When you come to assignment 1, I would expect you, the case study, to be looking at 2 or 3 of these topics where, like I said, they've either been implemented, at Kaizen or Kanban in a company, you go in and you look at how they were implemented, how it was implemented, and the benefits and the challenges of implementing this new technique. Or alternatively, if they don't use any lean and agile techniques, you go to a company and you critically analyze what the issues they have and how you think one or two of them would benefit. You don't have to write about every single one of these, but have a look at the template and discuss with the module leader. Okay, hopefully that was short, sweet, but informative. Thank you for listening.